All right, my guest today is Shanne, a California associate broker who's been licensed for 26 years and is on track to add his Nevada broker license as well. He's an icon agent, a longtime top producer, and someone whose business is built almost entirely through repeat business and referrals. Since he joined EXP and the Wolfpack early on, right after Mike Sherrard came in, and was influenced both by Mike and Connor Steinbrook, Shanne is known for being humble, experienced, and one of the savviest negotiators around, and apparently a heck of a fisherman too. So Shanne, thank you so much for being here. I'm excited to have you.
Wow, what an amazing introduction. I don't know you got all that, but that was pretty accurate. I appreciate it.
It's impressive. It's very impressive, your credentials and whatnot, especially like fishing. I mean, where you're at makes sense to fish, right?
Yeah, my fish are bigger than Connor's fish because he's like, Connor, your fish are bait. No, Connor's a fisherman. We actually have fished together. In fact, I need to get out to Texas and fish with them too. I haven't had a chance.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the great introduction. Yeah, it's gone by fast too. It's been 5 years with these boys.
Yeah, I know. I got on, I've been with them 4 years now. And I mean, it's just crazy how it's grown and I love it. And these connections that we have. So again, thank you. Thanks for sharing with us today. So you've been licensed for 26 years and you've seen every market cycle imaginable. What do you think has allowed you to stay relevant as well as competitive and consistently productive through so many industry shifts?
You know, this has been a very common conversation lately just because some people have been challenged. And in fact, I just had this, I was on a Zoom actually with the Austin group yesterday. We were talking about this. Okay. It's being adaptable. Mm-hmm. Being adaptable is, there's never a bad real estate market. There's just bad performance from the agents. I mean, there's not a bad market. I mean, the last 2 years, we've had the lowest sales volume in 30 years overall, which sure, that means there's less volume, so less of the pie to share. But, you know, a simple way to look at it is like, okay, well, go see what sold in your market last month. Why can't you be one of the agents selling this?
Yeah.
I mean, we're one of the basic needs. Housing, like, people are always buying and selling. So it's
absolutely.
So being adaptable. And it's interesting because there's something I like to refer to that I've never forgotten. You know how like you probably hold like, I don't know if you remember back when you were younger. I know you're a bit younger than me, but if you ever did like any sales training or any random trainings when you were young, like I was getting trained in college to do some retail. And we were in this sales course with this almost like those monotone voices, right? Like when you hear something old from like Jim Rohn or one of these guys, you know what I mean? Like that whole So I'll never forget this guy in the sales training, said, dance to the music played.
Right.
And that has always stuck with me because I went into mortgage right out of college. And with mortgage, rates are higher. So now you're doing debt consolidation seconds or you're doing purchases or, hey, rates dropped. Government rates are low. Do VA streamline refinances. Conventional rates are low. Do refinances. Like it's just like I would follow the market and lending. When I moved in real estate, I dove in right before the market crashed. And so I really got to work with loans and title companies and lenders and everything. And so all of a sudden I'm doing short sales and then RPOs. And then I'm selling properties for the banks and for the asset management companies. And then I come out of that and I'm in, I'm right next to Silicon Valley. So all of a sudden I'm doing with Cinch 21 at the time, I'm doing corporate relocations. Yeah. I'm a full service listing agent. I'm helping, so it's like, if I go back through my career, you just go back and see what the market's done. It's all about being adaptable. Yeah. And if you can adapt, you will survive. There's never been a day in the market that I've not made a living. And if I haven't, it's been my own personal fault. It's never been.
Right. I agree. I can really connect with that too. And that's kind of what because I know a lot of agents that got into the market when, a few years ago when it was crazy seller's market, business was almost just like falling into your lap. And now you have to work for your business. I'm grateful that I was in real estate before that happened because I know what it takes to actually, thrive. But I think that's great that that's a really good outlook on it is to be adaptable because I think it's important that agents know.
Yeah, no, definitely. And we have to too as leaders, right? As the seasoned people, when people come in, they look to us for guidance. And if we don't, if we don't believe in the product, then how are we going to train them? You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And so 90 of your business though comes from repeat and referral business. What do you think naturally that you do differently that keeps clients coming back decade after decade?
Well, the goal is always to give the best customer service and to take care of them, do the best possible job. Like it doesn't matter how many years have gone by. It's still like I panic about anything not being right. Yeah. And I think that the biggest thing that drives that is I'm not chasing commissions. I'm chasing taking care of the client, right?
Right.
Like I'm taking care of people. And I try to even tell new agents this, if you just take care of people, you'll always be blessed. And so I don't focus on the dollar. I focus on the outcome for the client. I always want to make as much money as I can, make a smooth transition, help them buy a house for a fair price, help them with their complicated transactions. I mean, I get involved after all these years in mortgage, because I'm also a licensed general contractor. So after all these years in mortgage construction and real estate, I get involved in very complex, how do you put all these things together? But I'm also the first person to tell them if they shouldn't sell or if they shouldn't buy.
Yeah.
And so that's a big part of it. The other part is that, we are full service now. Like, if you're going to sell your house, I do everything. Like I literally come in, walked out here, we should paint this, clean this, do this, do this. And yeah, we're going to stage it because we stage every listing. I have a warehouse, have the staging. So it's full service and I make it so easy. All I have to do is approve a couple estimates. We do a shared Google Calendar. We bring in everybody. We do everything. Like it's pretty much we help them flip their house. And then I try to get them out of their house before I sell their house. I don't like to sell houses that are occupied.
Right.
So we do bridge loans, rent them, stick them in Airbnbs, whatever. Buy without selling because they can do that. But yeah, it's just I think that's a big part. The other part is, staying engaged. They become a lot of them become like family or friends. And so I have a really good sphere like follow-up program for my clients, like a birthday gifting program, and just it's kind of and we don't need to go into it now because it'll be kind of a longer conversation, but it's just this whole method of just staying connected. And then sometimes I don't even do the best job about staying as connected as I want to. They all come back. 11 out of the last 12 listings here in the last couple of months are all past clients that I helped them buy those properties. 11 out of 12.
That's amazing.
And they all came to me. I didn't reach out to a single one. Just that's what does it.
Yeah. No, that's really great. I love that because I think a lot of people really rely heavily on like lead generation, when you're paying, which is fine. It works. But I think one of the best gifts that you can even get from a client is either repeat business or them referring somebody that they know. It's like I love it when the referrals happen because like you trusted me enough to do your transaction and now you're sending me somebody. So I love that you do that. That's amazing. And so when you joined the Wolfpack and you came in under Mike and you were influenced by both Mike and Connor, what stood out to you about their leadership that made that the right move for you? Because, they were just very early in too. Did I lose you?
Okay, there you are. You've been frozen for a while.
Oh, gosh. Yeah,
no, you've been frozen. You said bring in Mike, but before that, I missed you. Right after you finished what I said, then I lost you. And then you said, then I heard you saying, come under Mike. And then your face moved really fast and then you froze again.
Oh, how weird.
Is it your Wi-Fi? Is your Wi-Fi?
It's probably my Wi-Fi. I live in like a suburb of like outskirts of the city. And when it's overcast today. So my Wi-Fi probably sucks. So
I'm by the beach, but my Wi-Fi right now is pretty solid. But anyway, so we should go back to the end of, so when I finished talking about these people coming back, I didn't get anything after that.
So what I was saying was, I love that you have repeat business from clients, whether it's them coming back or referrals. I think one of the greatest compliments that a client can give is like their own referral, right? Like a family member or friends.
Right.
And I mean, that's like one of my biggest, I absolutely love it when my clients send me people because it lets me know that they liked how I worked and what I did. I'm very much in customer service as well. I have a customer service background, so I totally get that. And so when you joined the Wolfpack though, right after Mike came in, and you were influenced by both Mike and Connor, what stood out about their leadership that made EXP the right move for you, especially because like what they were building was so new?
Yeah, well, it's interesting. The first thing that was obvious was like just the friendships we built, like the brother and sisterhood. It was interesting how everybody felt like family, and that was during COVID. So it's like we were just meeting on Zoom and stuff. Like we didn't even met in person. But the other thing that really, really stood out, because obviously being in real estate and being in different brokerages over the years, I've never been anywhere where everybody wants to help each other. Like it was a collaborative effort. That's like the biggest difference from any brokerage I've ever been at, aside from the money, because obviously the splits and how we get paid here, it's second to none. I mean, I'm a top producer. I came over here not necessarily to grow. I came over here was to produce. Now I enjoy growing and producing it both at the same time. But so it's just, their leadership, the group that they built, and, the energy and kind of where this thing was headed and then seeing all the growth, the collaboration and just like the family connection we've built is really, those are the top two things, right?
Yeah.
For our group. And then of course with EXP itself, like I said, I mean, that was a no-brainer. Financially, it doesn't make sense to be anywhere else. Will there be a better game in town someday? Maybe. But right now, where else can you be? Like, it doesn't financially make sense if you're a top producer.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, our community, every single interview I've had with anybody in our group all says that, like, the community is just hands down untouchable. You can't beat the support that we have, because everybody's so willing to help, and it's amazing. Which is why I'm still here too. I love it. So, but you are an Icon agent, and you are a long time top producer. So what is one habit or mindset that has stayed with you throughout your entire career that newer agents should probably hear?
I think one thing for sure is that, like, I treat real estate as a business. Like, I get up and go to work. I think one of the things that you hear a lot of people say is, oh, I'm self-employed, I'm an entrepreneur, it's flexible, right? But it's like, I think that treating it like a job and showing up every day is a big part of it. And then what goes hand in hand with that, of course, is consistency. Inconsistency equals, you're never going to have the results.
Right. That's very true. That's very true. And so you're also really good at negotiating, which is, I love that, because I think it's like, it's a huge part of real estate, right? But you got to kind of, there's a strategy to it. So right. What makes your negotiation style different, and how has that played into your long-term success?
Well, I think that, first of all, I always start from a place of what's best for the client. Like, that's the most important, right? Because, not to put anything negative out there, but I mean, as a listing agent, I see what some of these offers that come in or what some of the buyer's agents do. Yeah. They'll throw a big number on a piece of paper just because they want to get an escrow, And so I think that really fighting for the clients, whether on the listing side or on the buyer's side, really fighting for the clients and what their needs and interests are. At the same time, even when they want something, tell them if it's not a good idea, or if it is a good idea and they're not quite performing as they should, being able to nudge them. And so that's a big part of it. Another part that I learned from a coach early on, I'm a very emotional, so I'm super alpha, but I'm like the most emotional guy. Like, I'll cry at chick flicks, I love it. So it's like when I was in my early 20s, man, with that testosterone and stuff, I was just like savage, emotional, get upset, get all caught up. Yeah. I'm so stoic in negotiations. Like, I literally am not movable. Like, I stay very level. So sometimes people get fired up or get really emotional. And when other agents get fired up or get emotional, at that point they're done, because I'm staying like this and they're just getting picked apart. They just, and then I think the other thing too is that, there's this fear, like, especially as a listing agent, a big thing we'll talk about is commission. They're afraid about, commission, they're going to be discounted and stuff. I'm very clear with my clients. This, sure, everything's negotiable. We can negotiate different things for sure. I'm not saying things are not negotiable. I would never say that. But what I'm saying though is, like, the package and what I offer, this is how it is. It either works or it doesn't. And I'm very confident in what I have to offer and what I can do. And what I try to explain to clients, that when it comes to negotiating that on the listing side, is that, can you imagine, like, these people that they're able to beat down to just work for free or whatever? How are they going to be able to negotiate for them on their behalf as a listing?
I agree. Yeah.
I mean, that's like a no-brainer to me. Like, if you can out-negotiate your agent, then what good is your agent? You might as well sell your own house.
Exactly.
Like, for real, like, what do you need the agent for? Yeah. Here, I don't think you're worth very much. Here, I want to discount the heck out of you. Oh yeah, sure. And you know what? I could also get you a membership at my golf club next year. And then I also have this really cool closing gift you're going to get. I mean, you could just do the whole dog and pony show. It's ridiculous. It's like, I call it the tail wagging the dog. Yeah. Like, I don't let the tail wag the dog. I come in as the professional. You want to hire me? This is what I'm going to offer. This is what the costs are. Oh, well, I really don't want to pay. I don't want to do that. Well, here's the deal. I'm focusing on making you the most money and getting the property moved. I don't want to stage. Well, guess what? I pay for staging so that we don't have that problem. I have my own stager. I have my own warehouse. Like, I take away all the excuses. So in being a good negotiator is coming in with confidence, knowing you're professional, knowing what the task at hand is, knowing what the best outcome is. Yeah. There's more than one way to do things, but if you're confident, then you can definitely lead and be a strong negotiator. If you're not confident, and if you let other people control the situation, then you're never going to have any kind of negotiation power. And then, well, one thing though, one thing I do want to leave off with on negotiation is this though. I'm very clear with clients that I'm not trying to bury the other side. I'm all about creating win-wins.
Yep.
I mean, I create ridiculous wins for clients, but I don't bury the other side. And especially in competitive markets where you get a million offers at the deadline, I tell my clients, like, right now everybody's in the heat of the battle. If you push them too far, the winner is going to cancel the next day, even with their deposit on the line.
Yep.
But they have their 3% money in escrow. We could take their deposit. I go, look, two things. Number one is you can only get damages, and the max in California is 3%. It might be a $3 million property. It might be $90,000 on the line. But then while you're going through that whole process, mediation and such, you just lost the ability to sell your $3 million house to try and get a little bit of a $10,000.
Right.
So realistically, even though in the contract they can lose deposit, nobody takes their deposit.
Yeah.
They just back out, and then now your property's stigmatized.
Yeah.
Now instead of getting the 3.1, you're back active. Oh, it fell out. Now you'd be lucky to get 2.9. So it's like, do you want to take that 3,050,000 solid, ready to go, everybody's happy, or do you really want to squeeze out an extra 50 so you could end up losing 200 in maybe a couple of months?
Yeah.
And so that's the other part of negotiation. It isn't just like, let's see how good I am at bearing the other side. It's like, let's see how far I could push it without breaking, to where both sides feel like they got a good deal.
Absolutely. I think that's really important too, because when we were in our hot sellers market, a lot of times before I would send an offer in, because I knew I was competing for my buyers, I always like to call the agent and tell them, this is what it's like to work with me. Once we're under contract, we're not competing anymore. We are a team, and we want to see the best for our clients. So I think it's really important that people understand that, especially with negotiations, because you're right. Like, it's not about burying the other side. And I like that you have an outlook like that, it sets you apart from a lot of other agents who.
Well, if you can actually really, go after what's in the client's best interest versus your own,
right,
you'll have the most amazing career. You'll be blessed forever.
Absolutely.
If you can do that from day one, that is what'll set you apart from everyone else.
Yeah.
People that chase the dollar, it's like the turtle in the hare, and you know who wins.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I'm sure you apply some of, things that you have in your other life to your real estate business. And so you like to fish, you're a fisherman. It's one of your hobbies. So it takes a lot of patience and strategy and timing to fish. I know, and I'm not there's a reason why I'm not a fisherman. But so how do those same traits show up in your real estate business? How do you use that and implement here?
That's a great question. Thinking about it, like, how you do one thing is how you do everything, right? You hear that all the time.
Yeah.
And it is so interesting because I'm actually a really good fisherman. Like, literally, like, I've been offered to fish commercial in the past, like, just to be one of those like small fishermen that deliver like high-end restaurants locally, because I live on the Monterey Bay.
Yeah.
Some friends of ours, I'm really good friends with some of these Italians that own these big fishing fleets and stuff, and they've asked me before, because you've been to some restaurants. Oh yeah, this was line caught by this boat or whatever. So it's like, when I was younger, multiple times, he said, "Hey, you're always out there fishing for fun. Why don't you just get paid when you're out there and do?" I was like, "No, I'm too busy with my career. I just be out there for fun." But no, it's because I'm actually really, the things that I do, like, I'm really good at. I'm one of those people that's like a perfectionist or likes to win.
Yeah.
And so, fishing, you nailed one of the things, is patience.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be so patient, right? But then the other thing too is that the strategy, right? So it's like, what kind of gear? Like, I tie all my own gear. So it's like, you get to know, just like you get to know the neighborhoods, right? And where you're doing business and everything, you get to know the strategies and they work. Well, I know for the kind of fish and where I'm at, like the kind of equipment, and I tie all my own. I don't just buy it. I tie my own. So it's like, when you start saying, well, what do you do that separates you from everybody else? Well, look, it's funny because even in fishing, I'm tying my own gear. And then there's always that strategy, kind of looking at the weather and the conditions and stuff. Okay, we're going to go here. We're going to go here this time. Or you know what? The swell's coming out of the southwest. It's not a good day to bottom fish. Or it's like, there's a lot of strategy and patience and also innovation. Yeah. We're always trying, like, for salmon, we're always trying to find like the best lure that's going to just kill the fishing on the days that they're not biting. And so it just, I guess I never thought about comparing them, but you're right. There's a lot of comparison in how I do the business. The other thing too is just the relentless pursuit to win. Like we'll go out there at 3 a.m. and we'll come in after dark. Sometimes we'll be out there in storms. I mean,
Oh, wow.
I'm a hardcore. It's just that extreme, drive
Right.
applies in real estate as well. Like I'm very committed to the outcomes, whether it's fishing or, real estate or anything else.
That's awesome. I love it. I mean, you can definitely see there's, some things that tie in together that you would use in either side. So I think it's great that you are able to, kind of compare the two. But I love that you fish. That's awesome. And so, but you are expanding into Nevada. And so what is the most exciting part about that with this new chapter, and how does the Wolfpack support you in scaling across states?
Well, it's interesting because I really wasn't, like, for instance, in Nevada, like Southern Nevada, like Vegas and everything, we have our team and everything. So I just refer down there, right? There's not really a need. It was more just across the border up here. I had some really good clients up in the Reno area, and they were really pushing me. They didn't really want to be referred. They're really good clients, have done all their stuff for. They've referred me over $40-50 million in sales and business over the last 10 years.
Wow.
I've never had a client refer me as many people as they do. And I helped them get set up with agents to help them buy the property. But because this is like a $3.5 million property, because in that area, there's not a lot of really expensive properties. They felt like, even the agents told them, we're not used to doing these prices. We usually sell 600-700K,
Yeah.
And so they're afraid with a sale that they don't have the right support. I mean, we do have a couple agents that I know that I talk to, and they're just really stubborn. And so I said, okay, like, we really want you to do it. What's it going to take? We'll pay for it. I'm like, you don't have to pay for it. So I checked. California and Nevada is not reciprocal, but regardless, I'm going through the course. I'm going to get the license, and I'm going to take that opportunity to try and grow our Wolfpack kind of in that Reno area. And Nevada's kind of desolate. There's only certain cities, right? But I'd like to kind of hit that area. Like, we're good in Vegas. Like, I do a lot of business down there with Brian and his team. And so it's like, I'm not trying to go down. I'm not even trying to compete with any of our own people. It's just, I figured if I'm going to get the license to help these guys out, I might as well try to build some people there and build so that in the future we could just refer, because I prefer to refer. I do a ton of referrals. I don't try to go chase. Like, I only do a certain amount of counties in my area here. I'm in LA 25% of the time, and I do business down there. I mainly support my agents, but I do sales for a client there. But it's like very specific, like West LA, like Beverly Hills, West LA, Santa Monica, that strand. And that's it. So I try to stay kind of in my zone with my sales. So, but I'll tell you what, between EXP and the Wolfpack, there's tons of support for expansion. I mean, they're all about growth. I mean, I came over here to sell and be a successful salesperson. But since I've been here, I've been influenced by all this support and all this push to grow. It's inspired me to grow as well. So here we go.
Yeah. And EXP makes it really easy to work multiple markets. I'm part of 2 markets in Arizona. I was a third one. Same kind of thing. I had a client who they really wanted me to sell their house. It was actually a referral from another Wolfpack member in Nashville. But EXP just makes it seamless, since we're owned, but we're owned 49% by the company. We're not a franchise model. That's the word I'm trying to think of. So I think that's awesome, and it's great that you've been able to serve that client like that. And I'm excited to see what you do with Reno, because you're going to take it over, and I love it.
It's a really interesting market. I mean, it's been really depressed, and it's an interesting market, and there's movement and things go up. But I mean, I'm happy to see what happens. I mean, obviously, the market's never held me back. I just, obviously volume can be affected, but anxious to see what happens with that.
Yeah. Keep me posted for sure.
Well, we're also pushing LA too. We don't have a lot of people down there. So we've been really pushing that area, and I really want to grow that area as well. Obviously it's within California, so my license is fine. Yeah. But now that I'm actually starting to actually sell down there, which I didn't think I would be, I'm looking to expand, and I've been talking to agents down there as well.
Awesome. Awesome. Yay. I'm excited for you. That's going to be amazing for your business. You have
Thanks.
to take over the whole state.
Well, I'm the only Wolfpack leader in California, believe it or not. And it's such a
Oh,
big state. We don't really, so that's why everybody always calls me. Oh, we
yeah.
got somebody in California. They forget how big California is. Oh, that's 8 hours away, but I got somebody for you.
Yeah.
It's nice that they think of me, but yeah, some of these referrals they send me are 8 to 10 hours away. I'm like, hey, a little far, but I got somebody for you.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay, bonus question, last question. After 26 years, what still drives you, and what advice do you have for agents who want a long-term career rather than just a good couple years?
It's interesting. What still drives me is I love it. Like I'm obsessed.
Yeah, I
I
love
mean,
it.
I think about like I love helping people. I love people. I love the game of selling, but then also love transforming properties. I grew up building. My dad's a retired contractor. I'm a general contractor. I mean, I flip houses. Not too many on the side because I'm so busy, but I'm obsessed with transforming these homes,
Yeah,
trying to see how much you can get for them. I love games. I've always loved game, not games like board games, not like
yeah.
the
Strategy,
yeah, not the other kind of games that people talk about.
head games.
But anyway, I just love like I mean, look, me and Connor played professional poker. He still plays. I mean, I play professional poker too. Like him and I are very similar. The
Yeah,
fishing, the poker. You'll find that certain personalities have these traits, and then like we love the game. Like Connor does flips investment too. Like
yeah,
he's a since you mentioned him earlier, I mean, he's a good example of we have a lot of similarities and it goes hand in hand with obviously in this long career there's got to be something that keeps you going. Well, the pursuit of helping as many people as I can and building a legacy obviously is part of it, and the other part is just the pure enjoyment of it. It doesn't get old. It's not like work. and
right.
and then what makes it sustainable for new agents or what they need to do, you need to build your sphere, build your community from day one, and you need to stay in touch and stay in front of them because whatever number of people is in your database, you should be getting 10% units every year. So if you have 400 people in your database, maybe they're not all transacting all the time. Some of them might only do it once in their lives, but they're going to know people. And
Right,
so if you're staying in touch with your people and not like chasing people for business, but just being their friends and not being fake friends, but just
right.
really taking interest in staying connected to people you've helped, then if you got 400 people in your database, you should be able to get 40 units a year done. And if you're not doing that, that's where people can reach out and I can help them because I have a pretty good system in place that works. So sphere's number one. You can buy leads all day long, but that's not sustainable
Right.
unless you have a good system of converting them into being part of your sphere but
Yeah.
then, and conversion, right? If they're referred or repeat, you don't have to win them over. Like you get to work,
Yeah.
and there's a lot less loyalty from leads too. So it's, trust me, they're like this. I can tell you, 26 years of sphere, 100%, not even a close competition.
I love that. It's been, well, I'm grateful for this connection, and I'm grateful to have watched all of what you bring, and to be able to pick your brain and reach out. And so I do really appreciate you being here. But your story is such an amazing example of longevity and service and mastering your craft. You've built a business rooted in relationships, leadership, and real experience. And that's exactly what agents need to see more of. And so for anyone who is watching, drop your biggest takeaway in the comments, hit the like and subscribe for more powerful agent stories like Shanne's. And if you're ready to plug into community that truly collaborates and helps you grow, click the link in the description below to book a call with us. And I will also link all of Shanne's links in the description below so that you can follow along with him as well. So thank you, Shanne, for being here. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much, man. You're awesome. Thank you.
Yep, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.